welcome back to Pwn TV. It's your host, Mr. Overgriff here, and we are watching a replay of a Dragon Ball Super match between myself and also a Dende Dragon Ball leader. I'm playing Starterku. This is actually version 12 of my Starterku blue-green control deck. I've played a lot of different cards and tested a lot of different cards, and I have some favorites, and those favorites ended up in this list. I probably will make a version 13 once I decide what to tweak. But in this best of 3, you're going to watch 3 games of Dragon Ball. The entire duration of these games add up to about 2 hours, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed it up 4x in most of these matches so you can see this all condensed to about 30 minutes. So I'll go ahead and do that here now. And I might even go a little bit faster on the speed if we're thinking about plays, because this was every one of these matches was extremely late game. So there was a lot of thinking involved in some of the turns, but it was an amazing game. I had a great time playing this game. Listening to some Vomitron, Ninja Gaiden Acts 1 through 3, and then after that, I'll play Acts 4 through 6 just because of my OCD. So yeah, this is my typical turn 2 play. I either play an Agent of Destruction after a Babidi, or I play an Objection. In this case, I had the Objection. I'm throwing my hand away something hard, but it ends up actually winning me this match. So he doesn't know what he's fighting, so he's just going to blindly goldfish his deck on this game 1, and I don't know if that was the right call, but he starts swinging some of his 10Ks at me instead of using them for combo fodder, and I think that was a mistake. I just don't know what he was thinking. You don't really want to awaken Starterku if you can help it. But he awakens his leader, his wish leader. So he's got the blue Goku Shinron leader. Set 6, I believe. And he's playing Vegito combo. Alright. So Goku plays the Vegeta from the drop or the deck. Tapped. Right? And so if you have both of them in play, they're both 10,000 power. Alright, so he's trying to decide if he wants to fusion. Oh no, he's actually using Dragon Radar. Okay, to draw some cards. Play the Dragon Balls again. Another mistake, I think. But I guess that was just trying to sculpt his hand, which is fine. This deck that he plays draws a whole lot of cards, and so it's very fragile to Janemba, and I play 4 Janemba, so that ends up helping me win these matches quite a bit. Alright, abuse Starterku's effect and not give him a life card, even though he's awakened now, but typically I would give him a life card when I swung Starterku, but he swung his dudes, so I was able to just simply untap energy without giving him a life card. Janemba's going to come through with crit, and it's going to mill the opponent. Milling the opponent is very, very strong, especially when they're playing a blue Shenron. Trust me, this deck draws so many cards. Alright, just trying to decide how to efficiently use my energy on the turn 3, because I objectioned, so this is still turn 3. He's going to go ahead and take his turn 3. This guy can basically untap his whole board whenever he wants and draw as many cards as he wants to whenever he wants, basically. So I gotta really be careful and out-pressure him, out-tempo him, and that's the idea. Like, since we're both basically mono-blue, we just have to out-tempo the opponent. I added some nails to this deck, so technically it's blue-green again. The previous version didn't run any green battle cards other than the Agents of Destruction, and those are colorless if Babidi's out, so I really didn't ever tap for green energy. But in this deck I do charge green energy and tap for green. Works quite nicely since I run the 4 nails. It's also really good at clearing the board without having to bank on like a Kami, which kills your field too. You just do this. Nice value here. I'm able to just simply overrun my Relentless Destruction Mirror for 3 or 4 cards. Yeah, 3 cards? 4 cards. And then I'm just going to go ahead and have the hand hate available. Untap the blue energy that I'd like to after I hated on his hand with Agent of Destruction again. Android 13 already killed a card. I already dropped him a card from hand. Mirror did it again. Goku cleared the field and untapped energy. And Android 13 is going to give it another go. He's basically, like, his energy's bought and paid for from the Starterku. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep tapping energy. This is the 3rd activation of Android 13 in the same turn. And a mirror, that means he dropped 4 cards this turn. Quite easy. So on my turn 4, I just basically dropped the opponent 4 cards. Abuse the fuck out of Android 13. He's so strong. Alright, we'll speed this up a bit. He says spicy. Okay, double crit and also untap an energy with Unyielding Spirit Trunks. Yes, nice. Nice. Very nice. Put another mirror in my drop so I can play the next one next turn. Oh look, I have 2 more energy. I can activate again. That would be the 4th activation. Or I could play the nail, but he has the Goku out, so I can't swing the nail if I play it. If I was smart there, honestly, I think I would have hit him again. I think I would have hit him again with Android 13. In hindsight, I should have done that. But I was really scared that he had an insane turn 4, so I wanted to keep my blue open without taking life cards from my my drop. I was just being very cautious, so I didn't activate Android 13 again. In hindsight, though, I think I should just always tap out to activate him, especially after playing the Unyielding Spirit Trunks. Like, getting that extra energy to activate him and then not activating him, I think that was a punt. But I was thinking I would play Nail, and then I was thinking I should save the energy for Dimension Magic. But in that case, I misplayed on the Trunks, right? But for next time, we'll just tap out probably. Especially after game 1. After game 1, when I really knew what I was up against, like, basically the ins and outs of that deck were pretty obvious on game 2 and 3. He blindsided me once on game 3. But I still ended up winning that one. Yeah, since I kind of know the deck better after game 1, I'm a little bit more aggressive on, like, tapping out with 4 life. Okay. He's doing some things. His Vegito plays the Vegito 20k swing. This guy is drawing cards off the Vegito when he Union Fusions and when he plays him, and so he can play him in the energy zone and then basically play him again and get a 3rd card. It's pretty nuts. So now Vegito at full throttle, dual attack, double strike, trying to kill me. Kind of scary. I had Dimension Magic here. Alright, so he basically said GG, I guess because he realized he was going to deck out. So this is a pretty good opening hand for game 2, now that I know what I'm up against. Very, very not so difficult mulligan that time. I only mulliganed the 1 card and got another card that was just as irrelevant as the one I mulliganed. So I just charged it, and that worked for me. He actually ends up winning this game. No, I took this game. Did I take this game? I'd have to rewind to see if he won game 1. I'm pretty sure. I'm not really sure. Dang, I should rewind. Let me rewind this really quick. Let's see. Can I rewind? Yeah, let's see who actually won game 1, because I had it fast forwarded. Okay. Alright, so here I'm at 2 life on game 1. I'm pretty sure I got this though, right? I know I got best 2 out of 3. Okay. Alright, there's the dual attack double strike. So I decided to actually negate it once I noticed that. And I'm at 2 life. Because I'm dumb. I went to 2. I should have probably not, but I don't think I really had much of a choice. Alright, so he's going to swing the next one, and he's just going to dump his hand on it. Okay, so he actually did win here. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I know he conceded when he knew that he wasn't going to win, but that was 2 different games that he did that. So yeah, so he basically got me here with the Vegito, and the deck worked really smooth for him, and he had a good finisher. So he had all of his candies, he had all of his extra Vegito recycling in the first game, and then also a really epic double strike, dual attack finisher that just got me. And so after that, I was just, okay, I'm going to have to make sure not to go to 2. Because I need to be able to negate the first of the dual attack and then not care about the other one because I'm at 3. So I tried to do that in the next 2 games moving forward, and it turned out to actually work quite nice for me if I just fought really hard to stay at 3 life. Because even if he didn't have lethal on 1 turn, I could play a Vegeta, at all cost Vegeta, go to 1 from 3, and then kill him with triple strike. So like either way, it's a win-win if I can stay at 3. So going to 2 last game is what cost me the game. Pretty much, but I might not have had much of a choice to go to 2. So he's already awakened on turn 2, I think. Yeah? Well done. His turn 1 was basically just playing a lot of cards that do things like get more Dragon Balls, and his turn 2 was finish playing the Dragon Balls and just awaken. So that's not bad. Having 7 life and a 15k leader is actually really good. He's in a very good spot against a control matchup this game, but he just somehow still manages to lose. So I'm tapped out. But let's actually rewind because I think I did this last turn. I'll show you guys really quick one more time. I was busy talking and I didn't actually tell you what the play was for my turn 3. So I'll actually just go forward a little bit more. Okay, so I activate here with double blue, and then I use the leader to swing at the other battle card. So I activate to kill the untapped and make him drop a card. Then I hit the tapped guy, and then untap some energy, and then I actually activate Android 13 a second time with just the 3 energy. So it was pretty strong. So even though I'm tapped out, can't do much on turn 2 with the Android 13, my turn 3 play is still possibly 2 or more activations of Android 13, and it scales from there. So I just keep the cards in hand and keep hitting the opponent's hand. So here it's a Janemba play. Janemba plays really good because it's 20k crit. You have to fight over 20k crit typically. And then I can also draw a card to replace it. I can also mill the opponent for 3, which typically wins the game against a deck like this. And then I can also untap an energy at end of turn, so I still don't have to take a life to use Dimension Magic in a pinch. Alright, very, very nice play. Trunks Hope at hand off of a Child's Wish. That's pretty strong. 3 colorless less to evolve and double blue open. That's kind of terrifying. Alright. Also didn't activate his leader. He Child's Wished for 2 energy, so he still has the ult. Very terrifying. Competitive hand size against my 8 cards. And not really worried about dying next turn. Unless it's to a deck out. At this point, he just really needs to worry about decking out. Doesn't have to worry about so much dying. And I like the fact that I can kill him by decking him out without giving him life cards, because some of his silver bullets to win the game could possibly be in his life, and that's actually how he lost the game 3. He did not have the answer that he needed from the life, because I wasn't giving him life cards. Alright, definitely tap the Vegito here, because I want to stay at 4 for another turn and untap. So I want him to have another target besides my leader. And this is actually a pretty good juke, I'll be honest. Really good juke you're about to see. On his turn, I play the Relentless Mira, so I overrun perfectly. I play 3 drops to the warp and then play the Mira, hate on his hand some more. So now I have a battlefield and I'm hating on your hand still, versus, you know, just using the hand hate mechanic on Android 13 and not playing more battle cards. Like, that's not necessarily the best thing. So I should have probably not swung at him there because I gave him another card from life. But I guess I was just kind of throwing the game in his favor just a little bit more, just to have a bit more of a challenge. But honestly, at a tournament, I think I probably could have lost the game if I gave him that life card, so I probably shouldn't have swung the Mira at a bigger event. Because that really does help the opponent. I was halfway thinking he didn't want to take it, though, and he would waste another card, but he chose to take it. So, it is what it is. You can't basically just not crit them all the time. Well, strike that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you can't just bank on the fact that you have 8 critical. Sometimes hitting them and giving them a draw 1 from life isn't going to make or break the game. Other times, it does. So it's a crapshoot. I guess it really just depends on my mood in some cases, whether or not I'll do that play, or whether or not I'll just let the Mira go to the warp and not do anything. But the best play, I think, after I play the Mira, is comboing it away on top of the critical 20k Android 13, make it a 25k, and then it's in the drop, so I can play another one like I did on game 1. Alright, so here I comboed the Bobbity. I think that was really dumb. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I really didn't think I needed it. I think I end up needing it next turn. But I really want to keep a hand size against him and not lose my guy. So if he wastes all of his attacks against my Vegito, I probably get to untap and take another turn, and that's all I really need here. the more turns I get against him, the more likely he is to deck out, basically. So that Vegito was stalling hard, but actually the juke it just happened. So I'll rewind just a little bit so you can see the juke. It's a pretty epic juke, actually. Yeah, right here. So basically, you see that I have a tapped Android 13. That's kind of terrifying. You also see that I comboed away the Bobbity. That means that Android 13 to replace him is expensive. It's not easy to replace him. So what that tells him is I probably have another Android 13 in hand. Okay? But since I comboed the Bobbity away, it's likely that I don't have a handful of Agents of Destruction, right? Which is true. So I also have an Android 20 in my hand, though, so I can always get back another Agent of Destruction. That's why it's a juke. Because what I do here is I simply just say, what's the best card to pitch? I'll pitch the Android 13. That way he's more likely to stop trying to hit Vegito. Because I pitched the Android 13, giving him that information basically makes him think, oh, well, I have 4 cards in hand, and if I can kill the Android 13, I get another turn because he can't kill my 4 cards in hand. So because he already threw away his other Android 13, and what's the chances of him having another? So I think the best target now is no longer Vegito. I think the best target now is Android 13. I did that on purpose just to see if he would make that play, just to see if he's trying to kill Vegito or kill me, and it looks like he's just trying to kill the field, and he's not really got lethal. So since he did this play, and he swung at my Android 13, not this attack, but the very next one, that told me that he didn't have game. And so I had another turn. This triple striker, he comes through, and he just goes for the Android 13. I don't know why, but he just decided the guy played 2 Android 13s already, probably doesn't have a third one yet, with 3 cards in hand. I'm swinging at it, I'm killing it, I'm taking back the tempo in this late game. And I basically bluffed because I have Android 20, which goes to get Android 13 out of the deck. I simply added Android 20s into the deck in like version 7 or 8, and they basically just go get more Android 13s. But then I look through my deck and I'm thinking I have 4 cards in the warp. I'll get a Mira instead. So I basically just juked myself. I just trolled myself. I was like, I set up that whole play just to like get another Android 13 anyway, and then I looked at my energy after I comboed away the Bobbity and like, well, damn it, I don't have double green, so I can't play the Android 13, but I can play the Mira, and because he's an Android, so I did this, and I hit his hand by 1 anyway, so he still got neg 1 from the hand, even after he killed Android 13. It was really cool. I never knew that I could grab Mira off of an Android 20. I don't really play Androids, and I didn't put Android 20 in for Mira, but when I added Miras to the deck just to have that spicy extra hand hate, I didn't even think for a second that they were androids until just that very moment when I made that play. And it's like, shit, I have actually more than 1 target for Android 20. This is lit. This is lit. And look at the board now. It's like, huh, I mean, what do? Like now I have like total board control. 13 Relentless Destruction Mira is a 15k beater, and his only guy that was stopping me from swinging at his leader was also a 20k that's minus 5k on opponent's turn. So he's basically Vegito minus 5k. So it's like, oh, Vegito minus 5k, that's 15,000 tapped. I'm just going to swing Mira at it, 15 into 15, and he just let it happen. He couldn't fight over it because his hand was getting so small, and he just can't really burn cards to fight over it. And he also knows very well that unless I have lethal, I don't want to give him life cards. So he's really not that worried if I don't have lethal. And usually after the Mira play, you're pretty tapped out, which was the case here, kind of, a little bit. And so you don't really have lethal. But I'm replacing cards in hand with the nail. I might be giving him a life card or taking a card from hand, either way, and I still get to draw 1 off the nail. So typically that means in this deck it's another 5k pump, because most of this deck is 5k pumps or dimension magics. And so I got him there. He decked out. He took quite a long time to look at his hand, and with 1 card left in deck, and he basically said, yeah, I'm sorry for taking so long. And I said, yeah, it's cool, because I already know that this is your last turn of the game. You have 1 card left in deck because of the way I played my last turn. And yeah, he's just like, yeah, I don't think I can win, so I'm just going to concede. And so he conceded, which was probably the right play. If you don't have it, you don't have it, right? Conceding with more than 1 life in your deck is like more than 1 life card, and conceding the game, being forced to do that because you already basically decked out, that's rough, because those life cards could have made the entire difference. So stall strategy is actually really strong. Has been. It just depends on luck, really. Is the life card the card that he needs or not? If it is, I can stall him out, and I can win. So another turn 1 Bobbity play. Lit. He's going to do the same turn 2 Great Saiyaman play. Get some Dragon Balls. Play all the Dragon Balls. Awaken, sure. Well done. No? Not, oh, he's screwed up. He still needs to do more Dragon Ball plays. And then he awakens. So he'll do that. So he has 9 cards in hand when he flips. Very nice. My turn 2 is... I've got a lot of different turn 2s here. I could objection, I could nail, I could Android 13, but I choose to objection here. Like, yep, I'm going to objection. Put a green down. Play the nail. Swing at him. See what he does. Okay, I draw a card. He basically burns a card to draw a card. That makes my Janemba even better. Excellent. So now he's going to try to clear the board. That's the right play. Don't give me any life cards. Alright, so I basically lose my nail. That's fine. He did his job. Bought me a whole turn, gave me another card. And he set up an overwhelm play. So 3 things he did for me, man. I like him in this deck. He's not bad. Not bad. Alright, so he's doing his combo. Placing a card under his Goku and then doing his effect to get a Vegeta in play tapped. Now he has 10k. Swing at the leader. I don't think that's the best play, honestly, but that's what he wants to do here. I don't think I'd give life cards on turn 3. Because you don't have lethal, right? Why awaken me early if you can avoid it? Okay, so Vegito coming in. More draws. Again, I probably wouldn't have swung Vegito at all here. But he chose to. He wants to show me his combo, basically, how aggro his mono blue can be, which is cool. So he's being very aggro. So if I had a board at all that was tapped, his deck would have shit on it on turn 4, no problem. But I just simply didn't, except for the nail, which definitely got shit on. And the rest is just life cards to hand, man. I went from 7 to 4. I said, I'll take it. I'll fill my hand up. I'm about to power spike. When I awaken, I'm power spiking. And the only other power spike he has as a Shenron player is his ultimate on his Shenron card. And that's it. It's like the only other power spike the deck has in most cases, and in this case it's the same thing. He's already done his first power spike where he awakened. His last power spike is when he ults. So I've already... he beat me to the first power spike, and then I power spike Starterku. And so now all I really have to do is ride this power spike up into the point where he ultimates, and then if I can get past that point, he's a dead deck. Or if I can kill him before he ultimates, but I probably can't because I'm playing stall, so he gets another turn, and I'll probably just ultimate. I'd hate to lose the game without ulting, honestly. His ult is really good because it basically untaps 2 and draws 2, so you get a whole lot of new plays when you do that, consistently. Alright, so he killed my... I'm activating my... let me slow this down really quick. So I activated my Janemba here, untapped the energy that I used, and I also used Youthful Trunks. Let me rewind really quick so we see one more time. Yeah, basically, like, the play was tap 3 for Janemba because it's 1 less, untap 2 blue, draw a card. Okay, nice. It's an unyielding Spirit Trunks, so that untaps the other energy that Janemba costed. So I get to untap everything as a free Janemba, and I untap 1 at a turn as well. So I can afford to tap at least 1 energy this turn, and it'll still untap. So I'm just gonna do that and swing at the Vegito again. And here I'm basically just bullying his hand. I'm just trying to bully those 8 cards out of his hand and ride my ultimate, because my first power spike was get all those cards in hand. Now I just have to ride it and hit on his hand as hard as possible. And then I have no problem. So using our Relentless Spirit here, our Relentless Destruction Mirror here, and then another Janemba coming down, pretty nice. Critical again, 20. Yeah, see what he does. Just want to see what he does. I could go 25, but I don't want to fight yet. I want to burn more cards, as many cards as I can. So he burns it. So I burned my second Janemba. And I'm going to go ahead and actually... go ahead and swing at his guy with my Mira and see if I can maybe go to 20 and then force another card out of his hand. So it's a second copy of Android 13. I noticed that he got juked by that last time, so I'm going to do that again. Just going to juke him because I have the Android 20 in hand, so I could just get another one. So I juked him a little bit. So he gets to untap with Vegito, but he lost a lot of cards from hand to do that. So I'm going to say worth. I think like 4 cards. 3 or 4 cards. just to protect Vegito, and Vegito doesn't kill me here because I have 2 Dimension Magic, so I'm like definitely bluffing here. Very, very, very hard extra counterplay, like extra next level tech, honestly. Having the negate in hand and also shitting on their hand at the same time, that's really hard to beat because it's like I have an answer for your answer that you answered my answer with. I still have an answer for that as well. So it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Alright, swinging in. I only have the 1 Dimension Magic available. Gotta be very careful with it. At 4 life, I don't know. I think I go to 3. I think 3's the magic number with a Vegeta in hand. So if I can just stay at 3, then I probably have game. If I can just stay at 3. He is at 7 life, so I might not have game with the Vegeta tactic. But I can definitely fill my hand up with the Vegeta and add board presence. Maybe still kill him. It just depends, really. So he's going to do his tricks, play his Vegito again, draw more cards, get really, really close to decking out. Plays a super combo and draws even more cards, so I fight over it with another super combo and draw more cards because I can do that. Double Strike Champa gets burned here, and I just basically barely live and stay at 3 life. Staying at 3 life is pretty important here. If I could stay at 3 life, I probably don't lose this turn. So I think going to 0 cards in hand to stay at 3 life is still worth. Alright, he's using his ult, filling his hand back up for his second power spike, which is what I was prepared for. That's why I have a Dimension Magic still. I wanted to save it for his power spike, his final power spike, which this is it. So now I have to get through his 6 cards in hand, or 8 cards in hand, whatever it was. It's 6 now. I have to get through this. If I can get through this, I'm probably okay. No negate. Definitely holding that negate. Gonna say no negate until the last swing comes in. Alright, combo the Bobbity away. Balls? The balls on this Starterku player? What the hell? I know he's decked out if he doesn't kill me, so I don't need the Bobbity. I want to keep that hand size. I want to look as scary as possible with 5 mystery cards. So he's going to play his Vegito. Nice. Do some stuff. Getting in there. Getting in there. And I negate that shit. Boy. Negate the shit out of that shit. Probably a bit too early, but I really wasn't sure what else he could do. I think he does have 2 more swings, though. Ooh, that was the clutch play right there. I didn't see that. That's the one surprise he had this game, as he actually juked me and played the double striker instead of the single striker. And it has dual attack as well. Whew! Oh my god. Honestly, like, let's pause here and talk about this play for a minute. Honestly, like, when he did that, I thought I just lost the game because I already burned my negate and he saw me burn the negate. And so the chances of me having a 3rd Dimension Magic are almost non-existent with half of my deck still not looked at. I have 25 cards in deck. So, like, honestly, like, what are the odds? Probably a good 99% of the time I'll have no more negates if I'm only running the 4 Dimension Magics, which I am in this list. So I was really terrified when he slammed that down because I knew that that meant that I wasn't drawing shit for cards. You see that I don't have any pseudo super combos in my hand. I'm not drawing any more cards. I'm not looking at any more of my deck. I'm not finding those other 2 negates. They're just not going to get found. When he swings his double strike and puts me to 1, I still have a very, like, 99% of the time, I'm probably not going to see a Dimension Magic still, because there's 25 cards left in my deck still. So I'm fucked if he just untaps with dual attack and swings another double strike. I'm probably fucked. So I was thinking with 4 cards in his hand, if he just combos really hard on either of these 2 swings, he probably can deal all 4 of those damage. If he combos really hard on both of them, he's definitely dealing 4 damage. With my hand the way it is. So he chooses not to combo. So I have barely enough to get over him. If he had comboed at all, I wouldn't have been able to get over that. And I probably would have lost. But now, now I still have 3 life. So what do? because I read very carefully. Double strike, dual attack. He already blindsided me. So I ended up taking the 2 life, and one of them did happen to be the dimension magic that I really needed to stay alive. And I show him here. He's like, yeah, he's going to deck out. He's decking out again. I like how he draws all of his cards in his deck. So he's going to deck out, and I basically say, yeah, I'm at 1, but even if you did have like a Relentless Destruction Mirror or something cheesy from your Overwhelm package, then I probably was still going to be good because I had the Dimension Magic and I didn't have to pay a life to activate it. Yup. So that was really, really tough. I think we really were considering rematching here, but instead we just talked a little bit about the decks, and we chose not to rematch. So out of the 3 games, I got 2 out of 3, and I got blindsided. Even winning, I still got blindsided and almost lost. But the fact that my deck is basically all 5Ks, it's like, woo! It's like I'm just going to dump my hand to get over that. And yeah, that's basically how it's going to go, boys. So yeah, that's the match. Best of 3. Thank you guys for watching it. I guess there's no more video footage to show you here, so I'll go ahead and end the video. I will see you guys in my next one. Hopefully we see some more Dragon Ball decks that I can play with my Starterku leader, because I want to test against everything, and I never tested against the Dende. I really liked this match. Never would have thought about playing Vegito with Dende. I was thinking all just Arcane Boo with the Dende leader, but still have not even done that, so I'm still looking forward to that anyway. Until next time, guys, maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.